Deep in the quiet forest, a brown bird named Pinder sat in her nest on the soft forest floor. Inside the nest were her 3 precious white eggs, the only family she had, the only future she dreamed of. She warmed them gently, humming soft lullabies, waiting for the day her babies would open their eyes. But that morning, everything changed. The clouds thickened. The sky darkened. A strange cold wind whispered through the trees. Pinder lifted her head. Her heart began to beat fast. Before she could react, a sharp gust of wind hit the forest. Whoosh! Leaves swirled violently. Twigs rattled on the ground. And in a single horrifying moment, her nest tilted, and some of the eggs rolled out onto the forest floor. One bounced into the moss. One tumbled near a rock. One rolled across the leaves. No, 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 Pinder cried, her voice breaking. She fluttered desperately around the nest, trying to push the eggs back together with her beak. Her wings shook, her breathing broke, and her eyes filled with tears. But the storm wasn't done. A stronger gust came. Whoosh! The nest partially collapsed, scattering twigs and leaves. Pinder stood frozen, staring at the broken nest and her eggs on the forest floor. She lowered her head and began crying, trembling with helplessness. Down nearby, Tom and Jerry were passing through the forest, arguing about cheese like always. Then they heard a soft, heartbreaking cry. Jerry stopped first. Tom, did you hear that? Tom nodded and followed the sound. When they reached the scene, they saw Pinder, crying, helpless, her eggs scattered across the forest floor, her nest broken. Jerry's eyes widened with sadness. Tom's expression softened. Without saying a word, they rushed forward. Jerry gently guided Pinder while Tom began collecting fallen twigs, strong branches, and soft leaves. They worked quickly, rebuilding the nest directly on the ground, making it stronger and safer. Jerry lined it with soft leaves while Tom shaped the walls carefully. When the nest was ready, Jerry lifted each egg and placed it inside. Pinder watched with hope returning to her eyes, her tears slowing down. She stayed near the nest, grateful and relieved. But the forest had another cruel turn. The wind came back. Stronger, louder, more violent. Branches shook, leaves shot across the ground. Tom and Jerry tried to hold the nest, but the storm was wild. Crack! The nest wobbled, and some eggs rolled slightly across the forest floor. Pinder let out a broken scream. No, not again, please. Her wings drooped. She felt defeated, like the world was slipping away from her. Jerry ran to the eggs, shaking. Tom clenched his fists, angry at the wind itself. Both looked at each other. Both knew they couldn't give up. Tom gathered thicker branches. Jerry collected vines, stones, softer leaves, supportive twigs. They rebuilt the nest on the ground, wider, heavier, and more stable. Tom tied the base with vines, and Jerry placed small stones underneath for extra support. Together, they made the strongest nest in the clearing. They placed the eggs inside once again. Pinder sat near them, hoping this time, just this time, everything would be safe. But the sky didn't stop testing them. The third wave of wind came, the worst of all. Leaves and small branches shot across the ground. The storm roared like a monster. Pinder screamed as the nest shook again. She held her eggs and cried, "Please, save my babies." Before anything could roll away, Tom leaped forward. He covered the entire nest with his arms and body. Branches cut his back. Leaves slapped his face. The wind roared against him so hard he could barely breathe. Jerry panicked and grabbed Tom's tail, ankling him with all his strength. Pinder covered Jerry's back with her wings, crying as she watched Tom fight the storm. The wind kept pushing, kept slamming into Tom, kept trying to scatter the eggs. But Tom didn't move. He held on. He protected the nest like it was his own family. He didn't let a single egg roll away. After what felt like forever, the storm slowly faded. The forest calmed. The leaves stopped swirling. Tom fell back, exhausted. Jerry rushed to him, checking his scratches. Pinder looked into her nest. Her eggs were safe. Safe. She cried again, but this time with relief. She touched Tom's cheek gently with her wing, whispering, "You saved my world." With Tom and Jerry's help, she adjusted the nest one last time, making it perfect. She stayed peacefully near her eggs, finally warm and safe. Days passed, and one morning, a tiny cracking sound filled the forest. One egg hatched, then another. 3 soft, fluffy chicks peeked out into the world. Pinder looked at them with tears of joy and then looked at Tom and Jerry with gratitude beyond words. Her babies were alive because of them. And as Tom and Jerry walked away, the forest wind carried Pinder's whisper. Heroes don't always have wings. Sometimes they have paws.